To all my fellow Toastmasters and guests, I would like to congratulate you all for being virtual participants of this club for 2 whole years. It was a change to how we were doing things. We were meeting in person bi-weekly, and now we meet online virtually. In those 2 years, we accomplished a lot. In that first year that we were virtual, March of 2020 till June of 2020, we achieved presidential distinguished status, which is the highest honor that any Toastmasters club can receive. And we did that because we had people winning awards. We had one person reach a silver award in their speaking journey. We had new people join. We had new people give their icebreakers. And this is not an easy thing because there are many clubs who have been struggling during the pandemic, during this virtual setting, because they preferred to meet in person. So I really want to congratulate you all for making this club what it has been for the last 2 years. We have mastered lots of video conferencing systems. We started off on Zoom, then kicked off of Zoom. We were on Blue Jeans, then WebEx, then back to Blue Jeans. And the officers are always talking in the background. Should we switch to Teams? Should we try WebEx again? Because we really want to give our members and our guests the best experience. And in terms of recording, we have done more recordings, I think, in the pandemic than when we were in person. So our YouTube channel is flourishing. And we give other people inspiration on how to do virtual meetings right. We understand mics, we understand camera angles, virtual backgrounds, hand gestures during virtual meetings, vocal variety, and all of those things are going to carry so well in person. I think that as we grow as good virtual speakers, we're going to be awesome in-person speakers. Because that connection with people online is so difficult. You try so hard to engage your audience, to know how they're responding to your speech when they cannot give any response to you. Sometimes videos are all off and you're talking into the void. Yet you as Toastmasters have put that aside and still given it your best. I want to congratulate you again because we have really been pioneers, I think, in this space. As soon as we were sent home, the following Thursday, we had our first virtual meeting, and we've been doing it consistently ever since, whether there's 3 people on the line or 15 people on the line. I think we even did an open house virtually, and we recruited 1 member, I believe, from that open house. So we're really doing a service. Now, as we look forward, there's going to be some changes. We might have to embrace the hybrid meeting, but I know that our group here is going to excel. We're going to handle our technical difficulties with grace, with laughter, with patience, with kindness, and I think we all need that in this space going forward. Now, I do want to challenge us as a club when we transition into the hybrid space that we need to show each other, like I said, patience, because there will be difficulties. And we have to understand, and then we have to provide a safe space for people who are transitioning back to in-person meetings. How awkward that's going to be the first time you see someone in person. But I know that given our last 2 years virtually, I know that we're going to be the best we can be in the hybrid space, and we're going to be leaders and show people how it's done. So to all my fellow Toastmasters, I raise a cup of coffee and say that I can't wait to see what the future holds for our club. I know that it is a vibrant club and that it will continue to flourish when we are back in the hybrid space. So thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters, for helping me get through this pandemic and helping me grow. Thank you.
So for Lisa's speech, the purpose of the speech was to practice delivering social speeches in front of the club members. This can be a toast, an acceptance speech, a speech to honor an individual, or a speech to honor an organization. From the content of this speech, I believe is the last one. So, yeah, it's like a hybrid between a speech to honor an organization and a toast. And I think it went really well. It was an amazing speech. It really went over what we've been doing over the pandemic. And there have been a lot of talks, at least from my end, on what we're going to do because everyone's planning to come back soon. And it was very relevant. And it was very, I liked it a lot because the ending as well kind of touched upon that. Like, okay, we're probably gonna go back to in-person meetings, and it was kind of a call to action there. Like, hey, if we go back, some people be what's the word you used? You use a specific word like be careful or be mindful of other people. And I really like that too because that's the kind of message you want to give to the club members to make it a good place. And also, you really showcase what Toastmasters has been doing during the whole pandemic period. Um, there were technical mishaps, but we managed them properly. And overall, it was an amazing speech. I see it as one of those speeches where everyone is dressed up in black and white ties, and you have to clink your champagne bottle in the before you start. And I think it matches your speech purpose very well. And for the what you might work on, and I am really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I thought like the title could match the speech a little better. It was kind of a way to go into the introduction, so it was good. But I guess you could match the title of the speech a bit better because, well, there was kind of a surprise element. You could say, hey, I kind of want to keep people on their toes, but if I have to give you something to work on, I would say, like, maybe have it touch upon the content of your speech. But overall, it was an amazing speech. I think you're one of the best speakers in the club. And I think this shows why that is. And yeah, it was an awesome speech. And as someone who's been through the Toastmasters through the pandemic, I liked it. I liked it a lot. So thank you very much for that. I hope you keep giving speeches.